wanted to step away from noisy kids to start this post. I wanted to talk about chocolate chip cookies, homemade. My 21-year-old recently asked about them because he's been missing home, and I realized that not everyone knows how to make homemade cookies. So I just wanted to give a few pointers, the things we use. My kids think that there are two types of cookies, pre-packaged Oreos and homemade chocolate chips. So this is a really easy recipe right on the back of a package, just a few alterations that my family really enjoys, and I hope you guys like them.
All right, you want to use these exact chips, Hershey's milk chocolate chips, 11.5 ounces, and it will have a recipe right on the back here. Tells you everything you need. You're going to take 2 sticks of butter, 3/4 cup granulated sugar, 3/4 cup light brown sugar, teaspoon of extract. They say vanilla. I'm going to show you what I use. 2 eggs, 2¼ cup of flour, a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, 2 cups of the chips here. My family just wants the entire bag dumped in, and we don't use the last ingredient, which is nuts. We'll tell you that it will make a difference in flavor what butter you use. We like the Blue Bonnet. I don't know if the flour or the sugar will matter, but this is what I use. Now the big difference is my family likes almond extract instead of the vanilla. So you're also going to need a couple of teaspoons for putting the dough on the tray. And the tray is super important because you don't want brown bottoms on your cookies. You want this air bake kind of pan. Now you're going to take all of the ingredients except for these chips and put it in a big bowl and use a mixer. This works just fine, but don't put the chips in until after you mix all those other ingredients, okay? It helps to have a cute little helper like my Emma. She's gonna put some of the ingredients in for me. The butter I usually put in the microwave for 30 seconds because it needs to be softened or it's not gonna mix properly through the cookies. You can let it just get to room temperature if you want. If you do put it in the microwave, do not overheat it, because if the batter's too hot by the time you put the cookies in, the chocolate chips in, then you will have chocolate dough. Emma, go ahead. I'm going to put the extract, the almond extract in. Go ahead and put the eggs in. Now, I said earlier that the only thing you wouldn't put into the bowl to mix would be the chocolate chips, but you don't want to put the flour in either until after you get the rest of it mixed up. So we've got the butter, the vanilla extract, the eggs.
Whoa.
All right, let's put the sugar in. Put the sugars in.
It's dripping.
It's fine. Put the sugars in.
These. Okay.
Okay, let's get the salt and baking soda put in, and then you can mix it up.
Now where's it's like a whirlpool.
Yeah, hold on to the bowl. Get it mixed up really well,
It's
and
like
then we're
paint.
going to add the
It's
flour.
like paint.
1 cup at a time is what I usually add. I mix 1 cup of flour in at a time. Okay, go ahead and finish getting that mixed up good, and now I'll get the flour. Okay, time to put the flour in.
Can I pour it?
Here's a 1/2 cup.
We can only add half.
No, add the whole thing. It's a 1/2 cup measure.
Measure 2 cups. half cups.
There's another half cup.
Half cup.
And now we mix. I'm going to kick it up a little bit, make it go faster.
This is loud and bumpy. It's like whirlpooling everything
Mix
in.
it around.
But whirlpools everything in to the mixer. To the mix. That is to the mix. Okay, too fast. It's like a spinning whirlpool, right?
Around. Scrape the edges to bring the flour into the middle. Get it mixed well. Turn it off. And let's add some more.
Let's lift
We're
it
going to
out.
put in 2 1/4 cups total. So that's another half a cup, which makes 1 1/2. This makes 2 cups. Let's go ahead and mix it, and then we'll put the last quarter in.
This is loud and bumpy.
Turn your bowl. There you go. Adding the last 1/4 cup of flour. Mix it really well, and then we are going to hand mix the chocolate chips in,
And then can we have
because
one
you don't want to
after?
chop up the chocolate chips with the mixer. You want them to be whole. It's all mixed. We're going to add the chocolate chips in. It says to use 2 cups. We use the whole bag. I don't know how many cups is actually in the bag. In our house, mixing the chocolate chips in is Daddy's job. My arms get tired. Once you get it all mixed together, I like to put it in the refrigerator until I have time to cook it. And I think I just like how it turns out, the cold dough being put on the cookie sheet. Like I said, I like to refrigerate my dough so that I'm not doing everything all at once, and then I pull it out when I'm ready for it. I use 2 teaspoons. Teaspoons make the perfect size scoop, perfect size cookie. And if you use 2, you can use 1 to scoop off your dough, and you don't have to touch anything. Don't have to get your hands messy. You're going to put them about that far apart. Set your oven to 375, just like the package says. And we like to cook ours about 10 to 12 minutes. When it comes out of the refrigerator, you cook it a little bit longer. And my family likes them chewy, so don't be afraid to pull them out while they still look a little wet. Okay, these are just a touch wet. They've been in for 12 minutes. This is about how we like them. I will take them out and let them finish cooking a little on the hot sheet and then show them to you. Okay, full disclosure, you're not going to see that batch. I walked out of this house to go across the street to check on my mom and told everyone here, don't touch the cookies on the stove. And the turd that's holding the camera apparently didn't hear that. So, Daddy Turd is in trouble because he took all of the cookies off of it and began eating all of them. Anyway, just do a little wiggle like this after they've been out. Stick them on some paper towels. So, like I said, we like ours a little bit wet so they'll be chewy. If you want yours crisp, you can cook them longer. But just a little wiggle usually pulls them off. And if they feel like they're falling apart too much, you can leave them on the pan, you know, for a couple of minutes and longer. That's all. Enjoy!